Even if your team's not in the same place, your work can be. You just need Asana. Asana organizes work so teams know what to do, why it matters, and how to get it done. Try it for free at asana.com. That's ASANA.
Sitting throwing rocks across the pavement, hoping it will cave in and swallow me whole. Wondering why my mind keeps on spinning. This isn't how living to me was told. Why am I like this? Something's always amiss. Can't put my finger on it, but it's there. Wait for it to subside, but my mind won't apply. Waiting for the clear. Is it bad sometimes? I like it when I lose control. There's something in it that's so beautiful.
Alrighty, good morning everybody. 7:40 in the morning. Go ahead and do this next stream here. Gonna try and do this again, like I said in the last videos, once or twice a week. Did the first video on a Tuesday, so I figured I could stick to trying going every morning on Tuesdays, just to keep some kind of consistency and not bounce around the schedule too much. We're gonna look at today is going back over last week's strategy that I first showed you guys. Show you guys how that's been playing out. Done my best to try and take notes of my trades, but I suck at it. Let's move to 15-minute real quick. So that would have been. Let me turn this music down a little bit, actually. Kind of loud. And there we go. So that would have been the 17th. But how's everybody doing this morning? If you're in chat, you can just type in chat. It's a free chat. And also, if you do have any questions at any point, go ahead and drop the questions in the chat box. We'll definitely get around to answering those. There's only a few of you. It's not like we've got thousands of people. Hey Snorlax, how's it going, buddy? How's your morning? Fuzzy, what's up? How's your morning? Glad to see the same people coming out here every single morning that I go live. But yeah, so we're here at the 17th. So let's go back to the 17th is when we did that. Going into the market, I don't know, I can't remember if I was live during the actual market itself or going into it as far as the trades I took. Let's see, did that just mess everything up? Yes, it did. Okay. Fine, not a big deal. Okay, so back on that morning, back to our strategy of the boxes. If you remember that, awesome, that's fantastic. If not, go back, watch the video. It is down under save videos. It's also on my YouTube channel that I made. I've been downloading these streams and I'll keep uploading them on there since Twitch only allows me to have it up for 14 days. So if for whatever reason you missed a video and you need to go look back at it in 10 weeks from now, everything will be uploaded on my YouTube channel. Yes, Snorlax, I will get you the YouTube channel link. Or if Fuzzy, if you have my YouTube channel link, go ahead and drop it in chat. I don't think I have any moderation that will ban you if you do. If not, I'll get it to you one way or another. It also could be over in the yeah, all right, cool. There you go. Box strategy, I know we went over this. Looking for the large influx of volume right around these 369 hours Eastern time. So correlate that with your own time zone. Yogurt and sugar preloaded praline. What are praline pecans? I don't know. Anyway, so looking for the influx of volume, abnormal volume at that. So you have your normal volume here. This is still relatively normal, but then you get these huge spikes here. Looking for the ones that stick around. For me, since I'm central, 2, 5, and 8. Drawing our box off the body of the candle, not the wicks. I've had a couple people message me, showing me what they've been doing. They've been drawing on the wicks. Do not draw it on the wicks. It's on the bodies of the candle. And then we're playing off of that. We're waiting for a confirmation, reject. Taking our entry, 13.75 points, keeping the stop loss here, or moving it with the Bollinger Bands if you want, or just moving the stop loss down as we go. Just so you guys know the math on that. You have we're taking 3 contracts. If you were to hit all 5 PTs, it's 13.75 points captured 6 times across the board. $2 at the candle bodies. $2 with the micros, $165 for all 3 PT target hits. Now let's move back into the ones that I have in my notes. Again, if you haven't seen that already, go ahead and go back to the old video in the YouTube channel. Snorlax dropped the YouTube there, or it's in my private videos here on Twitch. So the following day of that came around So let's see where we at. Okay, so had a green influx of volume here, leading into 5 o'clock, so 6 o'clock Eastern. This is that time here. Coming into that, we had a huge volume spike up here. I didn't worry about this one back here at 4:30. I could have maybe played it off of that, but I didn't. It wasn't close enough to 5 o'clock. You know, we're 27, 26 minutes behind that. So I just kept waiting, not trying to get impatient here. But I did take this one. This one was higher than these two back here, way higher than anything else we've seen so far. 445 took the body. I didn't take any notes yet again on this one. I don't know if I actually played this one. I may have taken it here off of the reject. We came off of here, came up and tested, rejected again. Didn't go down too far, moved 5 points or so, maybe closer to 10 points or so. Still on very little volume, wasn't confident 100% in taking it. Still here again, didn't take it. Now I think I did take it off of this. You know, this is the 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, call it 3 or 4 times we rejected this box now. I was like, screw it, I'm done waiting, done missing out, just gonna take it. So I took it here, sold all the contracts. I think I captured like a total of 30 or 40 points in here. Not too big of a move, but you know, at least started my day off green. Was up like $600, you know, at 7 o'clock in the morning. This is a whole different box setup, something later that we'll get on into. Now here's the thing. A lot of people have been struggling with things that happen once we roll over into the market open. You have to remember, every trading platform except for Robinhood, and correct me if I'm wrong if you do know something different, but Robinhood doesn't go live until market open, whereas every other broker goes live at 7 a.m. Central or 8 a.m. Eastern. Every single other broker is live, I believe. So institutional comes in, you know, all retail comes in, TDA's open, Weeble's open, Schwab's open, you know, everybody's open now. So your volume's going to pick up. You know, you're going to go from trading, you know, 50, 60 contracts back here, you know, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. We're going to start seeing a lot more come in. So things get a lot more volatile, and playing around these market open time frames, it becomes a little harder to pick out the influx of volume because it's everywhere. You know, your volume's everywhere. You know, you have a huge volume spike here at 726. You know, I drew that box. I don't think I traded off of it. I'll have to go check my records just to double check, but just trying to pick up some new strategies to help you guys and see what's going to work and what's not working, using my own funds instead of having you guys waste yours. Now I did get one here post rotation from that 9 o'clock hour. You know, here's that 9 o'clock hour of money rotation that I was talking about last week. Didn't take these. I probably should have. I didn't. I just kept waiting. Wanted to see, you know, if we could break something back up to this candle back here, since we did have this huge flux of a regular volume. So, you know, these ones never came up, although they were abnormal compared to these. We didn't come back up to this one, so I just wanted to wait and see what happened, and boom, sure enough, we got this candle here, a volume that got pretty close to it, so I went ahead and took that one. That's the one that you see here. So coming into market open, this doesn't always work, by the way. Coming into market open, it's a little tricky whenever we actually get into the real market of live trading hours, but came off this box, came in here, we ripped up off of open. What we open at? Opened at 14,774. You know, ripped up. Well, I can't talk today. Ripped up 50 points. Ripped up another 10 points after that, so a total of 60-point rip right off of open within the first 5 minutes. And then we bled back, bounced off here, came up, and did everything we could to reject off this box. You know, we rejected here. I think I drew it. Yeah, drew the arrow, and here rejected off with this wick, pushed up higher, tapped back into the box. I was a little worried here. Tried started to move back up around the box, creating the full body down here on the next minute candle. I went ahead and took an entry as we broke through the 14,800 levels on this day. This is on the 19th. So for reference, this was Thursday. We streamed here yeah, craziness definitely increases a lot. Volatility comes in quick. We started streaming on Tuesday. This is Thursday, so we're 2 days after the stream. So took that position on a breakthrough 14,800. Again, this is a whole intraday strategy that we can go over at another time, but getting rejections through here, breaking off full body reject, swinging for a higher continuation of the upside, boom, right off of that. Have another one here, reject, higher to the upside, boom, we're off to the races. Wick through Bollinger Band, reject off Bollinger Band here and here. Bollinger Bands do change, obviously, as time goes on. But at the time, these rejected. So, drew our candle, or drew our box off the full body candle, reject again. So, you zoom in here just to show real quick. So we came back below here on this doji, rejected off with a wick, again. Third time, 3 minutes in a row, just rejecting off of this box. Can't break above this. Said screw it, we're just gonna take an entry. A lot of these things are just taking stabs. You may not always get 100% confirmation. It may not always be an A+ tier 1 setup. It's gonna have to take stabs. You know, keep that stop loss tight when you're taking these stabs. Because I could, very easily could have bought here and it could have just gapped up real quick. Back up to the 1500s. It's a lot of taking stabs, just being confident with taking your stabs. But sure enough, went ahead and just said screw it, took my stab, and we rode this all the way down. Entered here, rode it down to probably about here, where I drew this next box, waiting for some other stuff to happen. Move on to the next day. Okay, so now we're into the craziness of option expiration. It's the 20th, Friday. So here's the thing that happened with this option expiration. We had a lot of contracts, futures and option side, expiring with a lot of gamma, a lot of positive gamma coming in. So that's why if you're paying attention to it. Let me go back further than that. That's why we've been having. That's why in my opinion, we had this bleed off. August 16th. Oh, or did it really start? Really kind of started back here in the 5th, but we'll just go ahead and run it from here. Had our huge down day here on the 16th, being yeah, Monday. Okay. That was our V shape that I talked about. Huge sell off, huge buyback, and then sell off, and then we started to bounce back as option expiration happened. So we'll cooperate. Go back to Friday here. 19th Thursday. Okay. So 19th Thursday on open. Push back up after having several down days. Then we stayed flat pretty much all night. And then we gapped up again on Friday. What did we open at? Open at 14,973, and we closed for market close at least. Yeah, closed just below 15,100. So we had I think it was like a 250 point day on Friday, which was option expiration. Now again, with that was, in my opinion, our positive gamma influx rotation from the expiring options. But that's just my opinion. What happened So coming into yesterday, August the 23rd, again, with everything rolling over, we market open and we just ripped and then flatlined for the rest of the day. We set our high at, oh, what was our high yesterday? Because we broke all-time highs. Somewhere up here, 15.3, 38, 39, something like that. But as if you can see this, we ripped up here, early market, just ripped. Yeah, we continued upwards, but not that it was sideways, but I mean pretty well sideways, from, let's see, we broke through 15,300, we'll call this, 10:45 in the morning, and moved up a total of another 40 points to close. That's not a lot of craziness. Whenever you consider the fact that at market open, we went from 15,100 to 15,300, 200 points within 2 hours, and then for the next 5 hours of the trading day, we just stayed moved another 30 points. That's not a lot. So especially trading this market right now, the only time in my opinion to be playing this is in the first hour and a half, 2 hours max. I trade from market open until about 10:30, and I'm done. There's no point to sit here and try and watch this all day long. It's not going to get you anywhere. You're just going to burn yourself out. Same thing back here. Market open, we ripped up. Now we did have a downside to this because it was option expiration. And yeah, we moved 50 points back up, but it's not a big deal. The point being is, these big moves, going back here again, reached the height of the day at 11. So 2.5 hours into the trading day. Here nothing really happened, from 15:28 to whatever this may be. I guess it looks a little different whenever I'm zoomed out that far. But not a big gap up here from market open. Had a little bit of a gap up. Could have caught 30, 40 points, and then kind of traced back and just stayed within a range, and then we just bounced around. Point being is there's no point to sit here and try and trade all day long whenever there's not a lot going on. Here was a different day. This was back Monday of last week, down then just straight back up. It's not huge volatile movements all the time. You can make your 3, 4, 5 contract trades and then you're done for the day. Yeah, you're not going to beat the trend. You're not going to beat what's going on. Even the big banks, you get one of them trying to do stuff, yeah, they'll be able to do a little bit, but in the grand scheme of things, what are they going to do compared to the whole market? Tens of billions of dollars. Maybe even trillions if you combine everything all together across the world is being traded every day. So why sit here and try and fight the trend and do all these fancy things trying to be that guru who got it right, one time, but also lose $500,000 in the process just to make it all back and have a cool screenshot? Just doesn't make sense to me. Coming into today though, got here, actually was late coming into the office today. I forgot my building keys at home, so I had to call the building manager to come let me in. But here coming around the 5 o'clock hour, I believe it was, yeah, 5 o'clock, so 6 o'clock, for our money rotation. We did have a lot of volume back in here, and I maybe should have taken it off of this candle, but I wasn't here yet. But went ahead and took it just before the 5 o'clock hour. Took my box, rejected off, created a lower low, came back up, didn't do much. We kind of just stayed around this for an hour and 20 minutes. Finally came below, reject. And keep in mind, I was taking stabs at it. I took stabs at it here. Didn't get much. I think I actually may have lost more than I made just due to commissions, but it's not a big deal. Just taking stabs at it, trying to get something out of it. Eventually, you know, took a stab here. I think I went a little bit more than a couple contracts. Took stab, and you know, now we've been running down since. I covered one here, covered another here, and covered another one right before I went live down in here. Right now we're just kind of waiting to see what happens. 8 o'clock just hit right now, you know, 40 seconds ago. We're going to kind of see how the money rotates around here as this comes into it. Get that large candle off of there so we can see. But this is a big volume spike for it being 7:22 in the morning, almost 1,000 contracts. You know, let's see what we get out of here. Not getting too much though, right off the rip at 8. But you know, like I said in the last video, this is kind of a bendy straw, where it doesn't have to be right at 8 o'clock. It can be, you know, 8:15, where you finally see that stuff kick over. Any questions so far, or something you want me to look at? Another stock, another futures contract, or just overall any questions about market or your trading style, things like that. And if you want, I'm more than happy to hop in a live Discord call if you're comfortable with sharing on stream, and do some live analysis of your portfolio and what you're doing. That'll hopefully, you know, help make you a better trader. I'm definitely open to doing that. And I talked about that last time, about doing something like that. Yeah, I definitely prefer trading futures over stocks right now in this market. I know Spud has been trading his stocks, and it's been doing pretty well. I honestly don't open the day trade alert, so I don't know what's all been traded. But from what I've seen, everybody's been doing okay. In my opinion, though, the market's just not in the right space for me to be playing stocks. So I'm just going to go ahead and play the indexes that rotate around it, and just go from there. You know, that's where I'm comfortable at. That's where I'm comfortable putting equity. So I'm just going to stick to, you know, what I'm comfortable with, and that's what I'm going to do. I'm just completely taken away from stocks right now. Just going to be playing with futures. I have been since I think I rolled over in like end of May, early mid-July, somewhere around there, just going back to futures. It was just where the money was at. Recommended capital, probably if you're wanting to do the 3 contract strategy of taking profit, you know, at 13.75 point moves, of scaling them out like that, I would recommend probably starting with like 5,800, 6,000. You're putting up $1,760 each time. So that's 3 contracts. So yeah, 17,600 times 3. That's 5,280. I would not just put in 5,300, because you take a loss one day, and boom, there's your capital gone. You can now take 2 contracts. But if you put in 6,000, gives you a $720 down draw, just in the event something happens, because shit will happen. It's the market. You're gonna mess up. You're gonna make mistakes. You're gonna take losses. Keeping those losses to a minimum is what will separate you from the rest, though. So yeah, I'd say about $6,000. You'll be fine. Give yourself a little bit of drawdown to work with. Options? No, I don't. I'm not really a big fan of options, simply for the fact that I've never really played with them, honestly. So I guess that's the only reason why I don't like them. I don't like them because I haven't played with them enough. I've done covered calls and things here and there, but never really did anything superb with them. Happens Nasdaq hits 1,500. I don't remember if I said anything about it hitting 15,000. I don't remember if I said anything about it being 15,000, honestly. But that was key, though. That was key, the 15,000 level, because we broke down below it. If we go on the daily here, we broke, 15,000 is here, and we've been above that, for a while now, kind of bouncing around there, here and there, but bounce above, broke, 150 points, 170 points away from it. We broke below that, all the way down here to a wick low of 14,700. So my mental level of it was for it to break back above 15,000 and stay above that, and we've actually ripped through all-time highs now. Did that yesterday, which is huge. We don't have resistance anymore. What resistance? It's never been here. So what resistance is holding us back from going, 15,600, 16,000? I don't know if this shows me, how far back does this go? July. Let me go July here. So same thing here in July. We broke all-time highs here. From here, back here in April, this was all-time highs. Broke all-time highs again here, stayed in this range, and then we just ripped up. So that's kind of what I'm trying to look for here. Is ripping back up. Stayed around all-time highs here for a while. Now I'm looking for the rip up. Same thing. Like I said, same thing back here in from April. Consolidated, we had our little drop off. We consolidated here for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 days, and we ripped up. Again here, had our drop off, came back looking for consolidation, maybe in ripping, or maybe this was already our consolidation. Now we're just gonna rip back up. Got no resistance left. Find futures are a lot more predictable, better win rate on your strategy. I find futures very predictable. You have a 50-50 chance, right? It's either going up or it's going down. What do you think the market is going to do today? Is the way to look at it. If you think the market's going to be red today, short. If you think the market's going to be green today, go long. You don't have to sit here and do some deep analysis on the stock, or like you do on a stock, How much you aim for per trade? So you take 3 contracts, and then hold on. You take 3 contracts, and then you're selling at 13.75 points for the first contract, and then you'll sell at another 13.75. So you'll do 13.75 for the first contract, 27.5 for the next contract, and 41.25. So adding every 13.75 for all 3 of your contracts. So influx volume here. Let's go ahead and bit of a bigger box today. Close enough. It'll work. Yeah, definitely go watch that first video. That hopefully will answer a lot of questions. Would have liked to see this get higher back up to here from this volume spike, but that's okay. Definitely can take that one. Yeah, 1 minute. In pre-market, yeah, I'm gonna take what I can get. I'm not gonna be too picky. Whenever it comes to the open market, so normal trading hours, my strategy comes a little bit different. If we're gonna move 150 points, there's no reason for me to sit there and take all of that. But it also comes down to your trading style and how comfortable you are, and what you know, and what you know about the market. As you develop as a trader, you're gonna start recognizing things that are going on, and feel more confident, right? Okay, we're breaking through this level. I'm just gonna sit here and hold this. There's no point for me to take my 13.75 whenever I'm pretty confident that once we break through this level, it's just gonna keep rocketing. So for example, it was Friday pre-market. Let's see. It was, let's Let's see if I can find it. How far, was it Friday? Maybe it was Thursday. Okay, yeah, it was. Wait, no, this is Friday. I was looking at yesterday, the entire time. So Friday back here in pre-market. This is where I took a trade here. This wasn't off of a box. This wasn't off of anything like that. I didn't get the right drawing, but you know, one of my levels for my trade was, you know, a break back through 14,900. We hit that here. Sure, we hit it, you know, previously here. I don't think I was in the office and awake yet. Welcome, Preyas. But yeah, so you know, we broke through the 14,900 level, just looking for a continuation back up to that 15,000, because I feel like that's where, you know, where the market wants to take it, where it should be. You know, then as we got closer, you know, took the candle strategy. You know, sure enough, taking it off of that breakthrough for that level back to the upside. It's, you know, we had been in a little bit of an uptrend here, just trying to play it on a break back to that level. You know, ended up ripping all the way back up here, all the way from 14,900 through the 15,000s, all the way up to almost 15,100. You know, so you have to implement also your own level strategies from, you know, that you've been learning over your course of learning how to trade. Not so much. It was a little different here, but you know, same thing here. We had all-time highs come through where I drew, you know, right around where I drew my box. Now, this was all-time highs here. You know, I added on that, and then also added on a break. Also added on the breakthrough 15,200. For whatever reason, the market loves its even round round numbers. You know, at least once you get up into this price of things, you know. They like their even and pretty numbers. So, you know, on a rip through 15,200, boom, just go ahead and go long. Almost any time you're going to capture, you know, 10, 20, 30 points out of that. Because for whatever reason, I don't understand why, but for some reason the market just loves ripping through even numbers. So it's 13.75. Right, so you have one contract that you're taking 13.75 on. Your second contract, you're taking 13.75 times 2. Your third contract, you're taking 13.75 times 3. So, you know, total, if you were to do it that way, it'd be, you know, 6 contracts taking it all at 13.75. So a total of 82.5 points here on the micros. So that's $2 a point. You'd be making $165 with that trade. Now, let's see. It's only 3%, but 3% will add up very quickly. You know, you make $165 a day doing that. You know, in 10 minutes, that's an extra $165 you have a day. Do that 5 times a week, you know, it's an extra $825. Do that every single week, that's 13,200. Do that for, you know, what I just do. That is not your real result. 65 times 5 days a week, you know. That's in a year, you know. That's an extra $43,000 a year if you're just able to make an extra $165 5 days a week. Now, is that always going to happen? No. You're going to have down weeks, or you're going to have weeks where you don't make as much. So, you know, oh goodness, what mathematics? You know, you may only make that, you know, nope, that's the wrong number. 42. I can't fucking type today. Yeah, you might make that 70% of the time. You know, but still, extra 30%. And you started with 5,000. So, you know, while you're making 3% on the, you know, on the account at that point, you know, but you end up making $30,000 by the end of the year. You know. it's yeah, that's consistent risk size. That's not saying after month one, you have a great month and you go up to, 90, Jesus, $9,500 and you start taking more contracts. What am I typing today? I'm struggling. Month, say you made, $4,500 in your first month. You had a really good month. Now you're up to 5 contracts. And then you're taking these 5 contracts. Chat. I can't even do mental math right now. But say that's the equivalent of doing that capturing 9 13.75 moves. I don't know why I'm struggling today. I'm sorry. The coffee hasn't fully kicked in yet. But now that's 123 points a day. Times 2. That's now you're up to 247 a day. Say you're able to do that. It's an extra 64,000. Or 70% of the weeks you hit your target. And yeah, and once you get up to a decent size, say you have $50,000 in your account, you can start taking the large contracts, which the large contracts are $17,600 a piece. But those give you 20 points. So say you take 2 of those, that puts you at 34,000. But you take 2 of them and capture 41 points for that. Now you've captured $20 because it's a large contract. So while you've only captured 41 points, you made $825. I was making the 13.75. I personally try and keep that to pre-market. Once we get into the actual market itself, I allow myself a lot more leeway with down draw and the gains. I start using pricing levels and following the trend. If the trend's trending higher, why am I going to sit there and take 13.75? I'm trying to maximize the profit. I'm already exposing myself enough, which should give me reason more just to take my money and run. But at the same time, I'm putting in all this work, doing all this analysis to come up with it. Why should I sit here and settle for 13.75 points, when the market has a lot of volume and momentum behind it and is just going to continue to rip? Set stop losses as soon as you're in gain of the first. So my stop loss that I run is called nothing. I don't run a stop loss. It's never been really something I've done. Look, if I'm not comfortable trading and not comfortable getting out, I shouldn't be trading in the first place. I know my limits. I know what I'm willing to risk and what I'm willing to lose. I'm disciplined enough to know that and get out, when I need to get out. No, I don't. I'm sure I have been caught in something. I don't remember the last time I actually was caught in something. The days that we have the Fed meetings or Biden speaking, X, X, and X, I'll cut my position beforehand. It's not worth it to me. Say the Fed's talking at 1 o'clock today, Eastern time. I'll go ahead and cut my position, at 11:55, and then wait until the minutes come out at 12, and then play off those minutes. Play off how the market reacts to whatever was said. Sometimes you don't even have to go actually read the minutes to figure out what happened. You'll just see it in the market. Okay, they said something that's made the market go up. Let's go ahead and play this. Oh, they said something that the market's going to go. Now the market's going down. And as you learn more about the market, you'll realize what those things are. If, market's going up. All right, cool. They added, infrastructure deal, or that got approved, or another round of stimulus is coming out, etc. Oh, we're going down. They must have talked about tapering or whatever, X, X, and X, whatever it may be. You don't always need to 100% know what's going on to make your play. You're playing the index. You're not playing an individual stock. But But, whereas if you were playing individual stocks, that infrastructure deal, you may need to go find out what was all detailed and listed out in it so you can go play and find the right companies that are going to be affected by the infrastructure deal. I don't got time for all that. I'm going to sit here and trade the fucking index that those companies trade on and make my money there. Why am I going to do a bunch of fucking work to figure out what company's going to do this and how it's going to do it and when it's going to do it, why? Or, it's just a waste of my time. And I can sit here and play the index. Yep. Always have a plan. And stick to your strategy. If you don't have discipline, you're going to fail. I promise. Live trade market. Do you guys want me to live trade market? Problem is, once the big man gets up here, I won't be able to talk. So I can have it up where you guys can see my trades, and I just have the music going on in the background, but I won't be able to talk while I'm trading too much. Yeah, I can live trade. It's not a big deal. I'm also starting a small account. Let me see if there's a way for me to blur this out. Is there a way to... Is there a way to hide? How do I hide my account information? I'm not even quite sure how to do that. What I can do, though, is I can do it this way. Let me go ahead and maximize that. Do that. And bring this over here. Do it that way. Put it up to 3. You need a life coach? That'll be $500 an hour. Like bare minimum, seriously. $500 an hour, I'll be your life coach. Small account. What's the balance? How much should I deposit? Like 5,500. Yeah. I can hop on a call with you at some point, and we can talk. It's not a big deal. I have a meeting today at market close. I'll let you know. I'll let you know when I'm free. Speak some sense. Oh, I do that pretty well. I yell at people a lot. I haven't yelled at anybody in a while, though. I haven't been in the server to yell. Too much work to yell at people.
Meet.
Let me throw this up real quick. Bring that over here. Me bring this up. Gotta move all my stuff around. Yeah, dude, you just take a step back. Seriously, take a step back. If you're in that kind of mindset and you're just losing and losing and losing day in, day out, just take a step back. Look at the data. Data doesn't lie. It is hard fact in stone. It's not gonna lie to you. Look at why you're losing, when you're losing. It might be, that you're profitable for the first hour and a half of the day. You've made your profit, and now around noon, lunchtime, you start losing all your money. It might be one of those issues. Might be one of those issues with sizing. You're taking too large of positions for your account size, maybe, depending on what you're playing. You could be not running a stop loss, maybe, if you are someone who needs to run a stop loss just to force yourself out of trades. Discipline issue. Not getting out of a trade, not knowing when to cut it, and not just holding it. Becoming a bag holder. Dude, every single successful trader can write a book on the bullshit they've done. I could write a book, and it'd probably be 1,000 pages. It'd be longer than the Bible. I promise you that. You can write a whole book on it. Okay, we got a couple minutes until market opens. I'm gonna run to the bathroom real quick. I will be right back. Turn this music up a little bit. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Alright, market opens in 20 seconds. I usually don't trade first couple minutes of market, just in case. I just don't like to. That's my personal opinion. Definitely do not like trading the first couple minutes, just like to see what's going to go on. But see how this goes. Should be interesting. Broke all-time highs yesterday. There's the bell. See what happens. Where are we going? Where are we going? Where are we going? Down tick and right back up. Yeah, we are kind of all over the place right now. And rip back up to the highs. Could have grabbed that dip, but like I said, not trying to trade the first few minutes here. And we're just ripping. See how long that lasts. All good, buddy. Have fun at your meeting. Sounds horrible, but I get it, yeah. Have fun at your meeting, man. Take it easy. Have a good day. Not too much going on, actually. Not nearly as much as I thought would be going on. Still have taken no trades yet. Bump this down to 1 since we're in market open. See, this is why I don't trade this first open. You know, we went all the way down here to a wick down at 15,322. Ripped back up in the same minute, all the way up here to 15,353. Now we're just pushing back down here. Now this is why I don't trade this. Too volatile. No point in exposing myself to risk. Where's the overnight high at? Up here. This is the overnight high, by the way. Let's go ahead and draw another line here for open high. And low. Still no position yet. Just waiting. At least give it a few minutes. Not too much is going on. Bump this over the 5 minute real quick. Yeah, I mean, look at that spread. Not too bad though. Definitely have seen worse spreads on open. Be interesting to see how the next 30 minutes go and shape into those 5 minutes. Oh. I know people are just waiting for me to take trades right now, but I'm not taking something until I'm confident. So, sorry. Sorry if you're leaving and don't like what you're seeing, but it is what it is. It's my trades. Still don't got a whole lot going on. It's just a patience game, really. Just sitting here waiting for things to line up and wait for some confirmation. You see a setup that I like and take that. See a little flush to the downside. I guess I should have drawn in the pre-market lows as well. Then change that to red so I know it's the low. Still no position yet. Kinda hanging out. No reason to force a trade. Hopefully I can get a trade in though before I have to hop off here. That'd be nice. Anybody still here? Yeah, I got two people here. So who is here? Fuzzy and who else is here? I was looking for a reject off that box, but we're back up into it. Yeah, keep waiting. What's everybody been trading recently? What's been what's been going on in small cap land? Or if you trade options with Harmony, what's been going on over there? Yeah, if anything at all. Why does my stream look like shit? I just realized that. It looks like shit on... Oh! Alright. I will fix that for next time. I didn't realize I had the resolution for it turned down. I thought, it would have defaulted to 1440 whenever I opened up OBS, but apparently it defaults to 540, which is interesting, but not a big deal. I will get that fixed. I'm gonna try a stab. See if we move down a little bit. Yeah, let's go ahead and try the stab right there. Did I get the right fill? Yep. Ooh, and a flush to the downside. Looking for the opposite to happen. Try to catch the box too quickly, and we flushed through, but that's alright. Right back up to where we were. Went long. Went along there at 15.334.25. See how this one shapes up. We'll add on another flush down. Not too worried. Kind of confident. I'm kind of confident where I'm at right now. Yeah, down ticking a little bit, but not too bothered. Yeah, tried to catch the rip down on this box. Ended up flushing through, got filled right around here. Clicked the button too early. Was expecting maybe a little bit of delay. I'd like to get another contract here, but I'm not gonna force the second one either. A little bit of a rip back to the upside. See, I'd like to try and break the open level. Would be nice and ideal. From there, would like to see it break back up to the overnight high. That's what I'm kind of looking for. Quick question, is the music too loud that I have going on in the background? If it's too loud, I can turn it down or just completely turn it off. I usually trade with music going. It's just my comfort level. I'm also very comfortable when I trade, by the way. I've got a really soft blanket up here in the office. I currently have my legs and feet wrapped up in a blanket and propped up on another chair. Right. Still kind of floating around this range. You can catch a rip to the upside here. Little bits of volume coming in. Only one person's left. Who's the trooper that stuck it out with me? Who's still here? Is it Sleepy or Fuzzy? Which one of you two is still here with me? Got a doji here. Let's see if we can rip this candle higher. Again, would like to see it break back up to the opening high. It's okay. I'm not too worried about having a bunch of viewers. Got one person, so at least I'm not talking to myself. Even though I kind of am talking to myself. People are gonna watch this back and think I'm going crazy. Joke's on them, I am going crazy. There's a push back over the box. See how far this goes. Looking for a break through 15,350. We can get there. New minute candle, still ripping up. Looking for a breakthrough 15,350 here. Here's our breakthrough. We'll pop back down. Looking for our next break here through 15,353. That was our opening high. Back here on this wick right here. That was our opening high. So looking for that. Little flush back down. A little bit of selling pressure. Uncontested. Let's see if it continues back up. Got 10 seconds left on this candle. Would be nice if it would end up green. That would do some good. You got a couple seconds left. You're gonna push back up, make yourself a green candle. Nope, you're gonna be a red candle. Alright. Not a big deal. Would have been ideal if that was a green candle, but okay. The wick though here still didn't come down to this body here, so you know the wick on this candle here stayed above the bottom of this body, which is okay. And we didn't try and retest down here. Stayed up in this range here. Be curious to see how the next bits roll out. Just do not want to see a flush here. Would not be good. At least not ideal. Don't like that one closed red either. Try and bring it back up to the upside here. Lower, lower low, ring high, higher high, doji, higher high again. Candle here, lower low. Might try and do another one of these situations here, then continue up. If it does this all day, that's alright. Can live with that. Definitely won't complain if we just constantly trend upwards. Stair step our way up. I'm okay with that. Another thing is just be patient. Sleepy, if you're trading this right now, just be patient. It's the market. You can't get impatient. Nice. Create another green candle there. Need some more volume though. Money flow's kinda right now. Would like to see some more money coming in and the on-balance volume to pick up. More just trying to take a stab at it. What did I take? I took long here. At the time, I was just trying to. I think this was a doji. Or no, when did I take that? Honestly, I'll have to go look at what time. I think I took it somewhere in here maybe. I was trying to get a bounce off of the box. I tried catching it as it went to this box here. Ended up breaking down through here. Was more just trying to take a stab for it to pop back up, trying to break through these and come back up above the box. Obviously ended up. I took it here. Ended up flushing down here. I was trying to catch this bounce here off of this to come back up to the upside. But it's what it is. It happens, right? This is shaping up weird. But patience. What? I actually don't like how thick the thick one. Just make it a normal one. Just marking that for my price entry so I know. Come on, baby. Push up a little bit. You have a rollover in money flow, which I'm not liking too much. The on-balance volume is starting to come back. I'd like to see money flow here turn and break up. Is this really going to be one of those days where it's just sideways all day long? 20 minutes in the market open, and we've, for the most part, stayed within this box. You know, broke out above, broke down below, and then pretty well stayed in here. This is definitely not what I thought was going to happen today, at all. Okay, doesn't always go to plan. Whatever you think the market's gonna do, it's gonna do the opposite and laugh in your face for thinking you can guess what it's gonna do. I got 30 seconds left on this new candle here. Another green candle. It may cut. I'd like to see it be closed green above here. Got 10 seconds left. I'll just take a green candle at this point. Nope. Yeah, hopefully 10 a.m. gets some action, but pushing back for the low. Maybe? Touching the low.